Warning, the following intro is cringy. Viewer discretion is advised. You have been warned. My name is Caesar Zeppeli. My power is bubbles. Bubbles. But making bubbles appear out of nowhere. I will probably come to regret that intro. Probably. But I don't care. I had fun doing it. Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today, obviously, we're reviewing part 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle Tendencies. Now, I'll say this right now. If I had to rate this between A through F, it's getting A+. This whole season 1 of JoJo is getting an A+. Like, JoJo's awesome. Season 1's awesome. I'm currently watching Season 2. I'm actually several episodes into it right now. I think I'm at episode 8 or 9 as of recording this review. So I'm decent already through it. I can't wait to review that one because I do want to talk about that also. But Battle Tendencies, of the parts I've watched so far, is the best part of JoJo to me. New characters, new main character, new concepts. Probably, just the insanity that ensues from this show at times is so bizarre. Get it? Yeah, bizarre. But no, really, it's something that I really wish I would have watched this and I would have kept up with it, because I feel like I would have probably loved to see people comment more and talk about, JoJo and been more in that community, because I really love this show. Like, honest to God, it's one of my favorite shows right now. It's probably going up right now in my top 25 anime of all time. I'm thinking that's how great it is so far. But anyways, let's talk about what makes Battle Tendencies so good. So first off, it's very important to know that this is episode 11 to onward to 26. That's where part 2 takes place. And it's a 50-year skip of time since part 1. We have, like I said, a new main character. It's actually Joseph Joestar, who's the grandson of Jonathan Joestar. And, with a whole new concept, in the concept of still vampires, but of course Dio's not around. It's more so the people that made the stone mask that made vampires have been asleep for centuries, and the German forces end up finding a ruins that actually has those people that are asleep and wake them up by accident because they're trying to figure out what they're all about. They wake them up and they're kind of now in the world, and Joseph now has to deal with these people through various means that end up making his life a lot more complicated and a lot more bizarre. Yeah, get it? Bizarre again. But that's why that phrase works so well. The Bizarre Adventure is perfect for the show. It is bizarre in its own right. But yeah, the story for it was awesome. I love the new characters, as you clearly see from my cringy intro. But that was the whole point. Like, I know people were like, probably are laughing at it and probably thinking super cringe. I warned you guys. I put at the very beginning, cringe warning. I gave you time to realize that. But it's some of the stuff about JoJo is cringy. But the thing is that it works in its favor. It doesn't work against it. It works for the show. One thing I'll tell you right now, I really did love is, for example, take Caesar. Caesar, his main attack is to make bubbles, like as you saw from my intro. He makes bubbles, people. That sounds so stupid. I don't care. I know people in the comments right away went, well, he infuses them with Hamon powers and then is able to make them actually stronger. And I get that. No, I completely understand that. And I'll tell you right now, I was talking to my friend about this, where everything in JoJo could actually be explained very well, in the sense that it doesn't feel like it's just thrown out there to make sense. It actually makes sense in a kind of logical standpoint. It just sounds ridiculous, though, because bubbles do not sound like a threat. When you think of bubbles, the reason I made that intro so cringy and so corny was because, hey, that's what would realistically happen if some guy said, I'm going to use bubbles against you to attack you. You want to know how I made that intro? Here's how I made that intro. I took water, I put soap in it, I mixed the two together, I took a straw, I blew into the water, and I made a lot of bubbles appear, and I put them in my hands, and I had to retake it like 15 times to keep the bubbles on one part of my hand at least, and kind of look like they're coming off my hands. But yeah, that's what would happen. Like, there's, unless you're using one of those little bubble wands to make bubbles blow out, which I wish I would have had one, because I think that I could have done that for the intro a lot better. But regardless, that would be what goes through my mind in terms of an attack that focuses on bubbles. That's what I would think of. But, all these characters, that's what works for them so well. It makes it where their corniness and their kind of weird oddities actually works for the show's favor. Joseph, one of the things that I love about Joseph, I think he's like the best main character so far out of every one of the main characters for JoJo so far that I've seen. Because I know I haven't seen the newest part of Stardust Crusaders, and I'm still watching part which is season 2, but I'm still watching Jotaro, who's the newest character for the main characters. But one thing I love about Joseph is his reactions. Like, he goes, "Oh no!" Or he goes, "Oh my god!" Like, just those phrasings and those ways of doing it are so funny and enjoyable and so goofy. But that's what I love about the show. Is it's goofy and it works for the show's favor. And, story wise, that's what makes it really cool. Is the characters are all very interesting and all very unique. You're not going to see typical cliches of characters from other anime. You're going to see actual characters with the originality and uniqueness to them, and that's a breath of fresh air for anime in general. I wish more shows did this with characters. Animation wise, I feel like the animation is a lot better than the first season. It still has that weird kind of switching between certain shadings and stuff like that, which I think is awesome. I really love the animation. I love how it's never like one image or one set colors. I love how each character has like different outfits over the course of the show. They're never using one outfit, and I think that's really cool. I know it must be a lot more time and a lot more budget must go into it to make that happen, but that's where I appreciate that. I love that they put the effort to make sure that every character feels like an actual character, a real person, because they're not using the same outfit freaking 80 episodes. You know what I mean? I'll say this right now. Of course, the soundtrack still is awesome. Roundabout still the ending song, but the opening has changed. I will say right now, I think out of all the openings I've seen of the 3 seasons, I will say right now, this is the best opening. I can listen to this 1,000,001 times and not get tired of it. The first one's okay. I like the first one. It's iconic, of course, and the newer season of it is meh to me so far. The 4th season, I don't know yet. I've heard of it, but I need to hear it again in its like entirety to make sure how it is. But I like that one too in its own right. But the music and voice acting, everything works really well. All the characters are awesome. They really do a well job with their characters. Overall, like I said, if I had to rate this between an A through F, solid A+. If I had to rate now the whole season 1, because even though it's 2 parts and I did 2 reviews for this, it is still technically season 1. Whole season 1 gets an A+. It's just all around great. It's really, really awesome. And I hope you guys understand that. And I hope you guys like the intro, because I'll tell you right now, I am going to be doing another one for part 3, which is the season 2. I'm going to be doing another intro. I'm just going to think of how I want to do it and kind of how to top the corniness of this. I have to do that. I am going to do it. Watch. Anyways, I will talk to you all later. I hope, like I said, you enjoyed this review. If you did like the review, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, the whole 9. As always, until our paths cross again in the next review, have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.